Good morning, everybody. This is Miss Francis at the Chapel Hill Public Library, and I am so glad to see everybody today. I'd like to take a minute to just remind our parents to please remember to do your census. And did you know that each year the census data that is collected informs federal funding for more than over 100 programs? And those programs include school lunches, highway construction, education, support for firefighters and families in need, and many, many other programs. So if you have not done your census yet, please get that information in today. Those numbers are needed. And that's why we're going to have stories today that have numbers in them. So before we get started with our stories, let's do our The More We Get Together song. I think today is a good day to sing. Are you ready? The more we get together, together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. And even though I'm here in the library and we're closed, we can still bring good stories to you. So let's get ready for our stories about counting and numbers. There's so many good stories in the library with numbers and counting. And the first story I'd like to share with you, it's a fun book. It's a book that is a little special because it's two books in one. It is, and it's called Fish, Swish, Splash, Dash. It's a counting book that goes around and around. So let's see what's going on in Fish, Swish, Splash, Dash. And it looks like sea animals in this one. Let's see. Follow the leader and count with me the fish that live beneath the sea. You ready? You know what to do. How many fish do you see? One fish, two fish, three fish, and four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 fish, 6 fish, 7 fish more. Those are cute little blue fish. 8 little tiny fish, 9 yellow fish, and here comes 10. But guess what's gonna happen next? Oh, follow the leader and do it again. So we turn our book around and let's count backwards. 10 fish, 9 fish, 8 fish go splash, 7 fish, 6 fish, 5 fish, 'and they go dash. Now there are two. One, two. One fish left. You know what to do. And if we turn the book, we can start all over again. So that makes it 2 books in 1. And I think that's a pretty neat idea. 2 books in 1. Fish, swish, splash, dash. Now let's count to 10. We had 10 fish in there. Hold up those 10 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, everybody. And there's so many things you can do with those 10 fingers. Let's see. Let's wiggle those fingers on our head. Let's touch our nose. Let's pat our knees. Let's wiggle those ears. And let's put our fingers and our hands together and clap all 10. Good job, everybody. Good job. All right, so we can count to 10, but let's see what other books we have that we can count with. Oh my goodness. How many of you like frogs? And what kind of sound does a frog make? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. You're absolutely right. And this one is called Jump. Frog, jump. Frogs really do like to jump. Do you like to jump? Let's see. There's a dragonfly. The dragonfly had eyes that could see in the front, see in the back, and even on the sides. And the dragonfly could see everything at once. She could see all of the garden. Well, the frog lived between 2 stones right there. I want to be somewhere else, thought the frog. I want to see things. I want to jump. I know. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and jump. The frog jumped as far as he could go. "Excuse me," said a little voice. Well, the frog looked up and saw a dragonfly. "The garden path is not a good place for a young frog to be," said the dragonfly. "Well, why?" said the frog. "It's so exciting." "Don't ask any questions," said the dragonfly. "Jump, quick." You ready? 1, 2, 3, and jump. So the frog jumped just in time. Well, the frog sat under a big leaf and he looked around. "Oh, it's good here," he said. "There are things that wave and things that wobble and mysterious shadows." "Exactly," said the dragonfly. "That's the trouble. Quick, you better jump." 1, 2, 3, and jump. But do you see what I see? The frog jumped just in time. Well, the frog jumped out into the lawn, and there was the dragonfly. "It's you again," said the frog. "Now you listen here. I'm as green as the grass, and no one can see me. And this is where I am going to stay. Oh, I wouldn't do that, said the dragonfly. Well, I don't have to do what you tell me to do, said the frog. Indeed you don't, said the dragonfly. But if you've got any sense at all, you'd better jump. Quick! You ready? 1, 2, 3, jump! So the frog jumped just in time. That frog went up and up and up and up and up and up and up until he dropped down plop right into the bottom of a deep hole. This time I'm stopping where I am, said the frog. This hole will do fine. Well, I have a stone to get underneath if I feel like it, and this worm to talk to if I need a friend. And when I want to go jumping, well, I can. But if I were you, I'd jump right now, said the dragonfly. Quick! Well, that frog was being stubborn, and he said, I'm not going to. I'm not going to jump. Well, I don't think that was such a good idea. And then he saw what the dragonfly could see, and that frog jumped farther than he had ever jumped before. And he landed with a splash in the most wonderful place he could ever have imagined. Where is this? Cried the frog. Well, the dragonfly said, this is the pond, and it's the right place for a young frog to be. So have fun. 1, 2, 3, jump! Can you jump like a frog? Can you ribbit like a frog? And can you jump like a frog? And one more time, ribbit. That was 5 ribbits from the frog. Jump, frog, jump. And I like that story about the frogs. Now, let's sing a song about frogs. What color are frogs? Frogs are green, and they like to jump around. So let's hold up our 5 fingers. Let's count 5 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's sing about the 5 green and speckled frogs. Are you ready? 5 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 4 green speckled frogs. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 3 green speckled frogs. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 2 green speckled frogs. Two green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there was one green speckled frog. One green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were no more speckled frogs. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. So on a hot day like today, I think those frogs are going to enjoy just staying in the water. They might come out and hop around a little bit, but they like it when it's cool. All right, we have time for one more counting story, and this is one a lot of you know. It's called The Very Hungry Caterpillar. So let's see why this one little caterpillar is so very hungry. There's something really special about caterpillars, and let's see if we can find out what's going on with the very hungry caterpillar. All right, there's the sun. It's a sunny day today. And the light of the moon lay a little egg on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and out popped a tiny, very tiny, very hungry caterpillar. And he started to look for some food. And on Monday, he found something to eat. He found one apple. And he ate right through that apple. But he was still hungry. And on Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears. But that little tiny caterpillar was still hungry. And on Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums. And that little caterpillar was still hungry. On Thursday, oh, my favorite, he ate through 4 strawberries. And that little caterpillar was still hungry. And on Friday, that little caterpillar ate through 5 oranges. But he was still hungry. On Saturday, oh my goodness, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, a lollipop, a piece of cherry pie, a sausage, a cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. Do you think he was still hungry? No. The next day was Sunday again, and the caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf. And after that, he felt so much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little tiny caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. And he built a small house called a cocoon around himself, and he stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. And then that caterpillar nibbled a hole in the cocoon, and he pushed his way out. And guess what? He wasn't a caterpillar anymore. He was a beautiful, that's right, he was a beautiful butterfly. So there were 7 days in the week, and every day that little caterpillar ate and ate and ate and ate, and he was still hungry. But now you know what caterpillars turn into. Beautiful butterflies. So if you go outside today, look around and see if you see any caterpillars and count them. See what else you can go outside and count. Maybe the trees in your yard, or maybe you can pick up some little pebbles and see how far you can count, or count the people in your family, or count how many books you have in your house. There's so many things that you can count. So give it a try today, and I bet you'll be surprised what numbers you come up with. And that's all the time we have for stories today. So thank you so much for listening to Stories About Counting. And don't forget, we're still doing summer reading, so I hope you will do some counting books this summer, as well as lots of other fun books about reading. We'll see you soon. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.